Looks like we got ourselves a reader. Well,
looks like we do. You're right, Mr. Hicks. Garden gnome. Garden gnome Rye back in the building. Put me in with your flowers and your shrubbery. Dig my little toes into the mulch. What's up? Looks like we got ourselves a reader. Well, looks like we got ourselves a reader. Well, looks like we got ourselves a reader. Well, looks like we got ourselves a reader. Big Rye on the decks. Cleanse. Beautiful dream you have there. That I stop having fun. Oh, I'm gonna have all the fun. Oh, yes indeed, it's fun time, fun time. Never. I want you to find happiness and stop having fun. I want you to find happiness and stop having fun. I want you to find happiness and stop having fun. I want you to find happiness and stop having fun. I want you to find happiness and stop having fun. I want you to find happiness. Stop having fun. I want you to find happiness and stop having fun. I want you to find happiness and stop having fun. It's like I want you to find happiness. Record. Okay. Enough of this madness. Is everybody feeling a little of the lingering madness from the full moon in Taurus? We in Gemini now, baby. Let's get vocal. Okay. I'm gonna put on some of this. Japanese music from the Edo period. I guess that'll work.
I haven't listened to all this. This is a good hour or so of this, so it's pretty. It's relaxing. Pretty relaxing. Let's crack on, shall we? Seems the smoke is cleared. Spirit, please guide my hands to give the collective all they need. They're saying go with this newer deck, so this one's got a lot of energies built up in it. It's cleared a lot, but I'm gonna break that new deck in, yeah. Basic deck, Essential Terra. It's got really cool artwork. It's the one I used in the last read. Welcome to November 16th, 2024. I hope it's been treating you well. It is 5:33 on my clock. You know, Eastern Seaboard. Seaboard. All I see leaves me bored. Unless I see differently. And with fresh eyes. We're leaving off where we left off yesterday. Page of Wands. And then 9 of Cups. Let's get it. Ooh, spillage. Spillage in the village. Where I come through with the deck and he pillage. Two of Wands. Nine of Swords and Two of Wands. Closing out emotional cycles. Around feeling split about your spiritual gifts. Very good. They're saying they've grown spiritually since last time. That's good to hear. That's all I want to hear. Johnny, baby. 9 of Cups in the world. The world agrees. It doesn't always. But that's okay. Forge onward. We got it. We got this. We got this, collective. Oh yeah, we do. The world agrees about closing out emotional cycles. 10 of Pence. I'm sorry, closing out emotional cycles and, you know, closing out physical ones along with it. Ho ho, what have we here? Give us a bit. 3 of Cups left on that side. 3 of Cups left in the past. So not being creative about how you deal with your emotions is a thing of the past, apparently. Oh, and look what we got. The spillage. 4 of Wands reversed. Yeah. Stop discounting your spirituality. Stop worrying that it makes you look unstable to the rest of the world. Joni says otherwise. Look at these flames. She burned for that. You serious? You kidding me? Yeah, Queen of Swords upright. Trust your discernment. Go within if you must. Sometimes it's go within or bust. I'm just gonna wait for the word. Ten of Pentacles closing out. Cycles in the physical. Using your magician. Magic. All the tools at your disposal that you've been given to summon this grid work. Just fantastic. And there, Three of Cups again. These cascading emotions. Getting creative. Letting them teach you. That's what they're there for. Some of them might not feel so great. Some of them might feel amazing. Don't get caught in the maya. It is all the body of the mother. The dark bride. Speaking on, I'd like to speak on that for a sec. Since we've got Seven of Pentacles coming out now. With the Three of Cups. Looking at your hard work, but also overworking yourself mentally in ways can be a thing. Let's just get this straight, shall we? Come in real tight, real close, so Papa Rye can holler at you for a second. The triune nature of mind. How does it go? And 1, 2, 3. Our complex, like a robot, a survivalist robot. It feels it's the fittest. Okay. Limbic, emotional motor, emotional drives. Neocortex, the thinker, right? Bear this in mind in all three layers of your human mind complex. The emoter can only see what the robot and the thinker show it. Chew on that. That might just be the origin of cognitive dissonance right there. You're welcome. Much work I have done to bring it all to you in various various forms and fashions. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, and also past, present, future. Yeah. Another way to look at it. The three aspects of nothingness. Perception of the material world. Three interwoven timelines. Three minds, four bodies. Some things to consider. This is the cosmic kerfuffle we find ourselves in. Closing out cycles on the physical. Five of Cups out here, baby. Right? Remember? Two of Cups. Going back within your Two of Cups. Stop spilling so much emotional energy into the 3D. Three Cups, spill it. Be like water. Listen to Bruce, be like water. Seven of Wands, yeah. Might have to get a little fiery and defensive about work you've done to already defend yourself in these ways when it comes to the work you've already done in the physical. So, 77. They're saying two more, then go. Okay. Seven of Wands, the Hierophant. So, respecting your own spiritual authority. Don't be afraid to defend yourself when necessary. Oh, yeah, I like this. That shuffle was like, yes. Yes, you are correct. Four of Wands, Hierophant. Yeah. Yeah. Spiritual stability, 4 of Wands. What was I just saying? You catching this? You catching all this? Okay, good. One more. Ooh, a little looser. Good, you're loosening up. I like it. I like to see it. More people should be so wound up and bound up. Ooh, yes. We will be seeing you at the Gatsby party. Some Old Spice, Old Sport. Swagger. Got that bag of Vance swagger with my pleated pants. King of Cups, yeah. Emotionally, look how cool he's looking. He's like, I'm boss mode. Emotionally. All right. I like it a lot. Okay, splitsies. Give me a little more. Just a little off the top, please. Go Barber of Seville on this deck. Sweeney Todd. Alright. Justice. For heartbreak. 3 of Swords. So you can take leaps of faith. The Fool. With your psychic abilities and intuitions, the High Priestess. With what you already know. You can't ignore something, really, unless, you know. You can't be ignorant of something unless you already know it. Like, it's ignorant, ignore. It's like, it's already, like, right there in the word. Yeah, and 8 of Wands. Yeah, stability downtown, stability up top. Moving on to calmer waters spiritually as well. That's what it do. All right. 6 of Cups at the base, leading to emotional harmony and equilibrium. I like it. Ooh, suspenseful. Leading out, significator, 2 of Wands. Not being split about your spirituality anymore, or your spiritual fire. You know, it's like all crossroads eventually lead right back to the sun. You got the sun and the moon put together right there, right? You have that crescent. That's what my birth moon looks like. Interesting. Okay. Querent, Queen of Wands. What I said. Acting from emotion in spiritually balanced ways. Like the queen you are. Yes, queen. 3 of Cups. Subconscious self or hidden helper position. Emotional creativity. Putting your emotions into your creativity, very nice. 6 of Swords, higher self message. Being willing to sail away. Sail away. Yeah, we're getting real Enya up in here. Sail away from situations. Look to sunnier days on the horizon. Follow the sun. Follow your bliss. All right? Walk away from situations that are psychologically played out. All right. Yeah, don't overwork yourself that way. Path of least resistance. Well, I'll be a foppish little dandy. King of Wands. Fire. Just go right with the Queen of Wands. This is her counterpart. Recent or distant or very distant past. All right? Yeah, right leg crossed over to the left, put one foot in front of the other. Alright, that's putting the present and the future over the past. It's choosing choosing now and choosing tomorrow, choosing forgive the past in the present and liberate the future and create it, right? All right, magician leading into the near or distant future. The magician using all the tools at your disposal to do this task. All right. Work your magic. And look out for number 1. All right, the cosmos is supporting this. Look, she ain't got a care in the world. Look how relaxed she is in her flow. Look at her face. She's like, I am vibrant. I am holy. I am sacred. I am beautiful. I am strong. I have all the elements at my disposal to make these things happen. She making it pop. She making it rain. She's scorching earth. She taking deep breaths throughout the day when she needs to. Attitude of the querent. General attitude of the querent. Well, I'd say that's judgment. Right? I mean, sound judgment calls. Don't let no one make you second guess yourself. Look how chill she is, too. Super cute. Right? XX up at the top, 20th card. You ain't letting nobody double cross you anymore. Bind you up here. Bind you up in the physical. Trap you in your heart center. Just like vice grip. Yeah, no. Not happening. No worries, no worries. 9 of Pentacles, general effect of the environment. Closing out cycles in the physical. And it looks like the physical is starting to support that as you establish this new pattern. Hopes and fears, general hopes and fears of the Aquarian. We have 7 of Cups. This was the outcome for the last read. Looking at all the hard work you've done emotionally too. Not just, oh, so many options. Where do I pour my water at? So many cups, right? So many outlets to pour this emotional energy out into, you know? And sometimes that's people, sometimes that's situations, sometimes that's places, sometimes that's times in your past, you know? Sometimes it's projections about your future that you have. Here's the thing, they're all present in this card. You don't have to just pick one. Things are gonna change and alter as, you know, time flows along, you know? Never the same stream twice, they say. No, how about never the same stream 7 times, right? This is also 7 sheaths. This is 7 bodies. This is bringing your emotions into stability and harmony with all aspects of yourself, the rest of yourself. Very good. Hopes and fears, right? You're hopeful for this. There might be some reticence. There might be apprehensions, but that's okay. Some emotional territory is new territory. So give yourself a break, okay? Be easy on yourself, right? 10 of Swords, close out those psychological cycles of, you know, you're coming to completion in that way. So allow it to flow, dear. Flow one, grow one. All right. Can you keep it down back here, Mom? Just a little. Don't want to have to speak up so loud. I can have kind of a quiet and deep voice sometimes. I'm trying to enunciate better and project and speak from the diaphragm. Speaking of speaking from the diaphragm, Seven of Swords, clarifying that closing out of emotional cycles, maybe a little feeling like the wind, the air is getting, oxygen's getting sucked out of the room sometimes by people around you. Every chance they get, 7 times a day. Feeling stolen from in your solar plexus a little bit. Like, oh, I got these background 4 swords, and you know, my 3 swords, when it comes to my stability in the 3D, is just like, I feel like it's being like choked out of you, you know, that's been all coiled around it. It's like, you know, this is what you're keeping for yourself. You know, this is the portion of vital force, you know, that you're holding on to for dear life in the 3D. I say take it all back. When people talk their talk, they're gonna do it anyway, right? Ace of Cups following, further clarifying the outcome of the 10 of Swords. Ace of Cups, new emotional beginnings. What have we been talking about here? Very nice. Like, yes, my cup runneth over. The sun will come out behind that. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, today, right now. In every breath you take, every breath you breathe, right? Feel that. Feel that. I'm beginning anew. We're all being reborn. We're all dying. A little bit of each in every moment, right? Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. You sit between those realms. You're not quite dead. You're not quite alive. What are we? Knight of Swords. Oh. Third card clarifying the outcome of the 10 of Swords. We are victorious in this understanding. Transcend. This is mental might. To overcome illusionary patterning. Look, she's like, who's with me? You may be asking yourself the same. Much the same. She's like, I'm ready to throw down. Put your swords in the air and wave them like you just don't care. But you do. Don't deny when you do care. Right? Allowing new emotional beginnings. New connectivity, new ways of connecting to the world in emotional ways in yourself. Even if it's just with yourself, that's fine. So Knight of Swords at 28. 10-10. 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah, one-on-one with yourself. And one-on-one with others as well. Alright? Yeah, this is air of air. This is the consciousness that is conscious of itself being conscious. Deep. Woo! Air of air. Just like float this table out this piece. Alright? So, being conscious of your thoughts, your thought patterns, is a big part of closing out the old psychological patterning and thought patterns in the 10 of Swords outcome and freeing up emotional energy, okay? You know, got that dielectric field spinning like mad, right? You know, finding ways to calm that and bring it into harmony throughout the day. It's gonna free up magnetism, all right? It's gonna get you tapped into your larger field of being. Hey, the heart knows, you know. Many great sages and saints and mystics have a bit of the fool in them. You know, there's a saying by Babaji, Hayarakan Babaji, not Maha Avatar Babaji. Although there may be aspects. Supposedly, Hayarakan Babaji was one of the teachers of Christ. And or the person historically that the Christ figure is based on. Because there have been many. The Christos, the anti-venom to the poison of being in the world, right? You know, with these vipers and stuff again, right? Being bound up mentally in the world, but also being stable in your mind about it. Four swords up top, 3 down bottom. It's how you look at it, okay? But yeah, Babaji said something along the lines of knowledge is required for transcendence, for understanding, but you can understand everything through love, through an open heart center. Yeah, because your heart will pick up on all those cues and things in the material world and the immaterial world. It's really no difference. That, yeah, that you need to know. Yeah, so knowing with the mind, through the brain that's receiving the one mind. You know, sometimes dropping down into that heart field and that heart center is going to do it. And, well, as I live and breathe, the next two, clarifying that outcome of the Ten of Swords and closing out mental cycles, beginning anew on a new plane, on a higher plane mentally. We had the Queen of Cups, emotions about your emotions, right? Calm reflectivity with yourself about it. Like, I'm kind of like the one experiencing the emotions, but I'm also the higher emotional order, like witnessing for the emotions happening. So be that witness, right? Realize that you're looking into a reflecting pool. You know, you're watching your own water, your emotional waters, and how they dance and move. And sometimes it's this storm, and sometimes it's calm seas, right? So there's gonna be that. It's just a part of being here. Coupled with that, we have the Empress, all 4 queens, right? All 4, right? And what was I saying about love, knowing through love? Self-care, self-love, kicking back on your chaise lounge, right? Kicking your feet up, feeding yourself some grapes, pampering yourself, treating yourself to little nice things, you know, little things count, you know, doing nice little things for yourself, being more earthy. Yeah, baby. Card number 3 in the Major Arcana. So, being grounded with that process of understanding that you have higher emotional states and lower emotional states and everything in between. And you can be reflective about all of those things. But stay grounded. Know that these states are fleeting usually, right? You always can come back to solid ground with yourself. Maybe setting a habit or routine at the beginning of your day or the end of your day, and throughout your day you can come back to ground, right? Come back to those Venusian energies, right? Come back to self-love, self-care, right? Because this emotionality is not always conducive to that. You need to feel your feelings, but you also need to stay grounded, okay? Going on 34, 38. Yeah, and then what do we got? Base of the deck. Just like in the beginning, it's still there. It's still gonna be there. Emotional harmony and equilibrium. Right? You're always gonna have emotional baseline to return to. If you need to set a new pattern, your baseline might change. Right? You might need to alter that, how you can. And exploring ways to do that is very important. Remember what I said, the limbic emoter can only see or witness for what the R complex, the robot, and the neocortex, the thinker, show it, right? And sometimes that can make us feel bound up spiritually. 10 of Wands left on the top of the deck. So on the face of things, it can look like we're bound up, right? Like all of our charge, our holy fire that courses through our being is like, it's all trapped up and bound up together, right? As we close out these cycles and begin new cycles on a higher plane with ourselves, with our spiritual energy and how we're using it and embodying it, okay? Following that, we got the world. The world agrees. Look, she's got total mastery and command at this point. She took the double-crossed feeling, XX, and she brought herself back to center out of it. She converted those into one thing. And she commands all the elements. Just like the magician, one thing. It's all the one compressible ether. That is what we are working with in the physical. Alright? So that goes with the 10 of Wands, closing out spiritual cycles and starting over at a higher plane with your spiritual energy and your patterning, right? The world is supporting this. Maybe not the apparent world, but your inner world supports it. And it will be reflected in your experiences. Yeah, Queen of Swords. Stay stoic if you gotta. Okay? If you need to feel your emotions, but find ways to like remain appearing reposed and self-contained with them, that's okay. You don't have to feel bad doing that. Alright? Take it from another Queen of Swords. One of many, okay? Seek your own wise counsel. Look how peaceful and blissed out her face is. She's happy in that space. Right? And we had all 4 queens. Look, we got the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands. Oh, I didn't do crossing for good or for ill. I just shifted the whole read with that. They're saying just shuffle. Spirit, can I get a card crossing for good or for ill? Oh! Hey, things happen how they're meant to happen. Look. I could have flipped out about that with myself. I'm like, dang, I starts all over. But look, getting creative with the emotions. Flow with it, right? This is a teachable moment. That's why that happened. As many things do. Look, Justice at the base of the deck, right? We're saying 2 more times. And then split it 3 ways. Oh, Justice in the Wheel of Fortune on the split, right? Closing out cycles, beginning new ones. Yeah, being more just towards yourself, finding new equilibrium. Finding a new mean, finding the new median within your emotions. Yeah. Justice and temperance. Justice will come from balancing, from learning to juggle your feeling states in graceful ways, right? Doing the dance with yourself, right? Oh, I'm liking it, Spirit. Thank you. All right, we on one. And you're gonna radiate. You're gonna be shining like the sun in this process. I'll be. All right. That's the good right there. All right, and others are gonna see it too. Be like, how do you do that? You are straight magical. All right. Ain't no great magic to it. It's just learning about yourself, going with the flow, growing, being teachable with yourself. I say, Ryan, I say. Death at the bottom of the deck, yeah. Transform. Be reborn. Swing that scythe if you got it. Chop chop, baby. Yeah, time. Time's supporting you as well. Yes, the Hierophant crossing for good or for ill. She's like, what up? Yeah, these cross keys are almost beneath her at this point. Yeah. She's triple authority, right? She's got spirit, she's got earthly authority and spiritual authority over herself. The terrestrial plane and the ultra terrestrial, right? She got all three covered, right? Those two straight lines, horizontal lines, and that tiny little line at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4 quadrants, 2 hemispheres. Is that about 2 hemispheres? Oh yeah, 2 of wands. You're not split. You're united in yourself. You can shine, sun, and you can self-reflect. Alright? So, you got Hierophant. That works. Hierophant, Taurus energy. Being grounded with that spiritual flavor, right? And your emotions are the way through that too. Your emotions are the path through that. It's your etheric field, your etheric body. Very nice. And left at the top of the deck now, to go with this 10 of Wands that was left at the top of the deck. So this would be the new card under that, since I had to reshuffle and get a crossing card. See, crossing, crossed keys, right? We're looking at a lot of rich energies here, all right? This fire, 10 of Wands, right? Completing and graduating to new planes of spiritual understanding. And you're doing it with great strength. You've had to call on great reserves of power and energy to do this, right? And that's part of that shining path too. The sun ruling Leo, all right? And take pride in that. Look at them. It's loving your animal nature, your animal soul, your nefesh, and it loving you back. It's showing you that it supports you, right? You don't have to have your mind and your heart like having a chunk of your mind and a chunk of your heart like always like hyper vigilant and like kind of stalking in your own defense, on being on the prowl for like people trying to steal your light, right? You have an aspect of your consciousness that's at work for you to do that, okay? While you close this out and be reborn. Very nice. Yeah. Under that, we have the 4 of Cups. Emotional stability awaits. It's the key, right? You spilled 3, 6, 9 drops of emotional water out of 3 cups, right? The alchemy of the 9 dimensions, right? 3, 6, 9. You spilled enough emotional energy in the 3D, right? And you saved enough. You stored enough to be reborn emotionally. Yeah, and this is gonna put you in massive Queen of Pentacles energy. That's the other, there's one more queen, right? One more queen in this spread to go with that Empress card. That's all 4 queens. We got Queen of Wands as the querent. Queen of Cups towards the end to clarify, closing out psychological cycles, old thinking patterns and habits, right? And now we have the Queen of Pence, right? Grounded emotionality in the physical. To be creative, to transform, to nurture things, to grow, not just with yourself, but with others. Beautiful energy. Yup. I think that's what I got. And I love it. 4601. There's that 10-1. There's that 1-on-1, 1-to-1 ratio there. Again, when it's reduced. Alright, y'all. Let's go Ancestral Healing Oracle, shall we? There's a couple clarifiers on the whole read. Right. Maybe this will give you some insight. Further insights. Okay, so first split. I've never shuffled this deck yet. It's brand new. First split. At the bottom we had Dream Recall. There are certain levels of information that cannot be accessed within the material realm. Dream Recall is a powerful way to learn more about your ancestors and build stronger bonds with them so they can support and protect you throughout your journey. Right? Look, they struggled too. They had habits and issues, things that made it hard to function, you know? They had patterns, addictions, things they tried to kick, things they tried to come up out of and climb up out of, you know? They had a nefesh too. They had an animal aspect to their soul too. Do not be ashamed of this part of yourself. It is also a way that your animal, your spirit animals and power animals and those parts of your nature can access you and help you, right? You can tap into your eagle-like vision on situations, right? You can tap into your big jungle cat energy. Like, predators in nature are super smart. They study the prey in the food, under them in the food chain. So like, like a leopard knows how a jackrabbit moves. Like, it's almost like in love with it. Like, it's so graceful. It just wants to devour it and consume that grace. So it's a nice way to look at things, Like, animals are way deeper than we give them credit for, and then they're often given credit for. I've had better conversations telepathically with cats than with humans at certain points in my life. So, and other animals too. And, the plants, the trees, the flowers. Plant life communicates too. Societal factors was the other side of the split. So, I'm saying past, dream recall, present and future, societal factors. We're all dealing with these things. There's a lot of changes going on. Societal factors are forces that shaped our ancestors' ability to navigate their journey freely. They struggled too. Okay? They see you. They want to help. Because your struggles are just a continuation and a further iteration of theirs. Societal factors such as racism, colorism, patriarchy, and classism. And don't forget misandry. While a lot of people are talking about misogyny, go look up the word misandry. People need to start throwing that word around a lot more. Because there's just as much toxic femininity in the world as there is masculinity. There, I said it. Somebody had to. Patriarchy and classism restricted our ancestors in ways we could only imagine today. this card is an indication that societal factors heavily impacted your ancestors, and you are still impacted by factors that are no longer existent or not as powerful as they once were. I'm going to do 3 shuffles on these and pull 3 cards for the overall. Speaking on the patriarchy, all that stuff. Yeah, that kind of kicked off back in the 8th century. Okay, so a little history lesson for you here. And most people don't go this deep with it, but I will, because it's my channel. I'll do what I want. I'll do what I want. You're not my dad. You're my mom. You can tell me what to do. They can't either. So 8th century, one form of, one iteration of the patriarchy was established because the crones were teaching young women how to game like noblemen and royals around paternity rights, right? Land, titles, deeds, claims to property, right? Many people back in the day were very much wanting to it was hard times, and one way to come up in the world was to get in a lineage, right? And so a lot of this was going on, right, at a certain time, and there's cycles of this and undulates throughout time, but a lot of this was going on. And so the warrior caste and the priest caste were losing their minds. They're like, what are we gonna do about this? This is becoming a huge issue. Seriously, they clamped down on it, right? And they started being really controlling over women's reproductive rights and all of this stuff. So some of this stuff goes back pretty far, right? And then in the spiral of time, we're overlapping it. Boop, if it happened here, right? And we journeyed and kept going, and now we're maybe here. We're overlapping it in the fractal of time. So these are just some things to consider, especially with the card coming out, about societal factors, all right? So it's very important to not get too caught up in all of that stuff. It's fine to have, educate yourself about things, have opinions about things, positive ideas about it, share what you think about it. But to some degree, that little process there becomes more of a problem than a solution for a lot of people, right? And a lot of people bind up a lot of their own energy in those back and forths about such things. So we're going on 53 minutes. Spirit, let's get it. History lesson concluded. All right. And sometime I'll get into Kemet and Egypt and the time in history when the priestess caste and the priest castes had a real big split and division. All right, and this goes all the way back to the Aboriginals, the male and female tribes. They had different languages. They were warring with each other for ages, which caused massive drought. It's just dried up all the magnetism in the land. And to some degree, it still goes on, right? So it's a time for coming together and understanding things. It's not a time for divisiveness and derision and division. We've had enough of it. Yeah, courage. Have courage in this time. Akobin Warhorn. An Andrika symbol. Akobin. Andrinka. Antrinka. If you want to look it up. Akobin. Akoben. Ben, of the lineage of Akko. Right? Aku, Draku. Yeah. So this is some of the stuff I'm talking about. This goes way back. Yeah, Aku is bird brain, bird tribes. Right? The tribes had very highly developed neocortexes, right? Draku were the ones that were fiercely survivalistic. So we had high geneticist, scientist, thinker caste, priest caste, and then we had priestess caste too. Before there were splits and divisions, and we had the fiercely survivalistic warrior caste types, right? That's the Draku is the the snake brain and the bird brain. Snake brain's Aku, bird brain's Aku. So Akuben represents vigilance and preparedness for battle, right? Like, the thinkers were drawing up the battle plans, right? The warriors were executing those battle plans, right? So we need both. We need both in us, right? This card indicates your ancestors are calling on you to cultivate courage as you are about to enter a battle. Battle's my last name, so I know all about this battle. Whether it be spiritual, mental, or emotional, you are guided and protected from lower vibrational forces. Count on it. And your ancestor spirits are a big part of that. Spirituality. This whole read is about stepping into your spiritual power. Many of our ancestors were religious by force. Many were able to retain and persevere spiritual systems despite oppressive forces. Or actually, it's a typo. It says preserve, P-E-R, serve, but it's many were able to retain and preserve spiritual systems despite oppressive forces. However, some of our ancestors misused and abused religion and spirituality for their own gain, or they did not put in effort to actively resist conditioning. This card could be also indicating the inheritance of spiritual gifts or the suppression thereof. Surrounding cards will clarify. Dream recall is still on the left side, still part of the... So, maybe in the past, many people have been having, dream work done on them. People in their dream time playing little games with technology and magic. And that's a very big part of the modern era. Don't doubt it. Many of us have experienced this. I'll go one more. Coming up on an hour, 57:40. Powerful. Yeah, grandfather. Spirituality of the past, grandfathers, right, in the present and the future. Or just in general, this is all times. Grandfathers represent the patriarch, order, masculine dominance, and rites of passage involving the passing down of traditions regarding leadership. When this card appears, there is healing needed around the engagement with the grandfather energy. This also indicates a higher level masculine force is at play in your life. Yeah, and in the West in particular, we don't really have traditions of, rites of passage, initiatory rites of passage for boys about how to be leaders, for themselves and for the collective. There's been a lot of corruption that way, and we've all suffered and struggled under it. People of every class, every creed, every color, under the sun, all under the same sun. Throat chakra, speak up about it if you have to. Ask your ancestor spirits to guide your voice if you feel shaky about it. All right? You have a voice because of them. The throat chakra is the center of communication, and this is at the base of the deck. This is a root issue. This is like a foundational dysfunction that a lot of people struggle with. That's buried under all these other things, right? And people's voices being silenced. The throat chakra is the center of communication and creative self-expression. Societal factors and restrictive circumstances that hindered our ancestors' ability to express themselves freely could be impacting you now. A blockage in creativity or imbalance in our communication skills are an indication of lingering trauma and karma around the throat center. The throat center also contains all of your magic, all of your magical gifts and talents and abilities. to transmute energy, to heal. The words are powerful, powerful weapons. Sometimes you have to go meek and keep your sword sheathed and find ways to deal with situations so that you don't have to draw it out, you know, and collect heads in the situation. You know, sometimes you can keep it meek, you know, having a weapon but keeping it sheathed and using your words, the power of your words. All right, Spirit, sock it to me. Give me 3. Balance. This is for the whole read right here. These 3 are going to be for the whole read. Asram ne Nesorama. Ensorama. The moon and the star. This symbol from the Andrinka tradition represents harmony. When we do not have harmony and balance in our lives, it manifests as lack, blockages, and frustration. Through this card, the ancestors are asking you to assess where you can add more balance and harmony to your life. Where do you need to balance and integrate opposing forces? 2 of Wands, significator, opposing forces. We're getting deep today, y'all. I'm glad for it. I asked for it. I prayed hard before this reading to give the collective what they need in a way that would be broad reaching. And when I ask, as you can ask, you will receive, just as I have. Don't doubt it. It may not always come in the ways you think are appropriate, but careful what you wish for. Balance. Societal factors again. I'll read it again. Societal factors are forces that shaped our ancestors' ability to navigate their journey freely. Societal factors such as racism, colorism, patriarchy, and classism restricted our ancestors in ways we could only imagine today. This card is an indication that societal factors heavily impacted your ancestors, and you are still impacted by factors that are no longer existent or not as powerful as they once were. And on another note, a final note on that patriarchy, matriarchy issues in the world and in history, the mitochondrial DNA from the female contains all of the psychic and intuitive gifts for the most part. Like a child can be 100% the mother's DNA, up to 100%. So think about that. And then patrilineal issues and matrilineal issues. These things have been factors all throughout history. There's been struggles, right? So this is very much reflected in each person, you know? You've been given a little mini hologram, you know? You've been given a little mini verse, you know? That's got everything in it. All time, all history, all of it. You have access to all of it, right? You need to have the self-respect and self-love and integrity within yourself and within your own energy to take responsibility for the growth direction of your genetic material. It's like, I've been given this little bit, this is what I'm gonna do with it, right? It's a powerful thing. It's the most powerful thing. It's the highest form of exopolitical and political leverage that you have as a human being right now. And it always has been. Many may not want us to know that. But as we go into meditation, we realize it over time. Meditation is a powerful way to connect with ancestors as well as transmute ancestral trauma. Specific meditations designed to clear the DNA and activate ancestral abilities are readily available online. Go look some stuff up. You can facilitate ancestral meditations by focusing on a specific lineage, mother/father, parenthetical, parent, hypothetical, as well as a specific ancestor. This is a precursor to dream recall, which was what we got from the past in this initial split, right? And we used to all have the ability to dream, to actively dream, lucid dream, bardo navigate every night, make contracts in 5D with our ancestor spirits. 5D is the realm of the DNA. It's also the realm of hyperspace, hyperspatial awareness. Like when you wake up from sleeping, the one hemisphere of your brain unpacks and translates the coding of your dreams through your pineal gland into 360-degree holographic memory of your dreams. Facts. Right? Just like when you watch like, you know, a terrible scary movie or something and then you have nightmares after, it's pineal induction. It's like what you're putting in matters. What you're digesting that way matters. All right? So take active control of that for yourself, right? Look at this. I'm going to read these 5, and then I'm going to dip. Because these are also important and telling me to give you these too. Altar, perhaps make an altar. Ancestral altar. An altar is a bottom line for ancestral healing. Think of an altar as an extension of your consciousness, wherein your ancestors are able to communicate with you based on the configuration of your altar. Placing offerings, candles, photos, and other relics on your altar amplifies your connection with your ancestors and establishes a physical space for you to commune with them. Very important. Next up, we have DNA healing. Unresolved trauma as well as ancestral karma are stored within something called the Akashic Records. You have a part of your field, the icosahedral. Your etheric ties into it, right? Akasha, Akasa, Akosa, Ikosa. The Earth grid zodiac is Dodeca. Akasa comes before that, right? When you reach a certain level of consciousness, the two start to jitterbug. It's not quite Akasa, it's not quite Dodeca, right? It does this fancy little dance, and it creates a shape that is just like an active connection through 4D, through the emotional collective canopy into 5D. So your DNA radio comes online, right? Your antenna activates. You can become an active dreamer, right? You can commune with your ancestor spirits more easily when you go to sacred space, when you find places of power for yourself to go meditate. These are all electrically measurable things, right? We have the science of this now. We can understand these things now. Again, it's been a long time. If you want to do some miracle frequency work, 432.081 miracle frequency. A lot of people into 432 hertz. 432.081. Get it real precise, right? And there are plenty of like frequency generators and apps that you can get where you can embed that into your own music. You can listen to it while you sleep. You can do all kinds of things with it. Trauma transmutation was next up. This then was followed by restrictions and legacy. All right, we're all dealing with some aspects of these things. Transmutation is the process of transmuting the energy of our trauma still lingering within our energy field into a higher force. This can be done spiritually through emotional development. What has this read been all about? The past couple reads have been all about like finding new ways to deal with your emotional energy, finding new ways to transmute it, finding new ways to be grounded in a stable emotional state for yourself, finding new ways to nurture yourself emotionally. So this can be done spiritually through emotional development as well as gaining knowledge and wisdom regarding the mechanics of human behavior. What is transmuted is released from us permanently, ending cycles of trauma. 1:10:10 on the timer. Restrictions can range from individual restrictions such as blocked self-expression, throat chakra, the base, to societal restrictions such as Jim Crow and failed immigration policies. Many of our ancestors experienced a range of restrictions that manifest for us today as energy blockages, debilitated willpower, and fear of risk-taking in the unknown. This card could also indicate an ancestor was a part of creating restrictions for individuals and groups, and that karma is affecting you now. This symbol, legacy, it's kind of like the circumpunct symbol for the sun. The alchemical and astrological symbol for the sun is called the circumpunct. It's the circle with the dot in the middle, right? It's like, if you look at it, it's like looking at yourself from the top down, like you're the little dot in the middle, and the circle around you is your field, is your charge field, your aura. And then layers to your consciousness. Adinkrahen Adinkraking. This symbol represents charisma, leadership, and greatness, the main factors needed to build a strong legacy that our descendants would be proud of. This card indicates a need to focus on the legacy you are currently leaving behind. Closing out thinking patterns in the outcome, inherited thinking patterns. Are you creating a legacy of honor and integrity, or one of repetitive trauma and obstacles for your descendants? Andinkrahen is an Andrinka symbol. On, the prefix on means sun god. Your solar energy, your solar current. Dr means of the in a lot of languages. Ka, Ka. Ka, spirit body. And it's also solar current, so it's patrilineal energies. Like the grandfather card that came up. Under Inca. Yeah, it's got the ah sound. It begins and ends with the ah sound. Ah. Ah means open the field, open the portal for change in every language. Inca. There's a lot to unpack there. I'm not gonna go much further into that. All the phonemes in languages. 1:14. I'm gonna close it out here. I thank you all for all this time. It's been a longer read than usual, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this got you some real insights for your journey towards growth and healing. And with that, I bid you a good day, good evening, good everything. 6:42 as I look at the clock. 6:41, change to 6:42. It's been real. And I hope everybody can access what they need to heal. In this age, it's the age for it. So, my slightly youthful look. I know, I shaved the dirt stash off. Can you believe it? So, feels good. Feels weird. I feel naked. Naked face. Yeah, that's what I got. I wish everybody well. Much love. Thank you for joining me. If you caught this read. And I'll probably see you tomorrow. We're going daily, like the sun. Bless everybody.